For too long, perhaps, the women of Ireland have had to shoulder the country and keep things moving. And I'd like to pay special tribute to the women of Ireland and their strength. And our next speaker is one such strong woman in so many ways. She's a professional mixed martial arts artist. She's been professional since 2007, and she's trained at the now famous Straight Blast gym in Dublin, which you may have heard of in the news with Conor McGregor and so on. She's trained under head coach John Kavanagh. So please welcome the fantastic Aisling "Ash the Bash" Daly.
Being involved in such a peculiar sport, as most people would find it, I often get asked a lot of questions about the mental side of training. So I'm just going to try and give a brief insight into the mental side of mixed martial arts from my own point of view. With each new fight comes new struggles, but some to me remain constant. I don't fear injury. I put that to the back of my mind. To focus on the possibility of being injured, to me, would breathe life to it. It would make it more possible. To a certain point, I have to make myself feel like I'm invincible. All of my fears are not rational, but they're there all the same. Fear of giving my best and still coming up short is probably my main fear. It's the fear of failure. The fear that I will let those around me down. So much time and effort is put into me on behalf of my coaches, my training partners. I never want to disappoint anybody. There's also the fear of embarrassment. It's frightening to lose, but it's even more terrifying to be humiliated. To think that I could go out there and maybe be submitted or knocked out quickly, that's terrifying to me. I also fear the pressure. I fear not keeping my demons in check and crumbling and not performing like I have done in the past. I must always be ready to battle these demons. In doing this, it's hard, and I don't feel like I can do it alone. I, now, Ashi, to my friends and family, I'm human. I'm a little bit less confident. I'm a little bit fearful. To overcome this, I need help from my friend, the Bash. She's strong, she's fearless, relentless, unbreakable. For all the fear I must overcome to participate in this sport, it's a tiny price for me to pay to experience that unclouded, perfect moment of ecstasy I feel when my hand is raised. I've always been a competitive person. Ever since I was a child, whether it be academics or sports, I've always been competitive. In my sport, I believe it's 70% mental. There are many, many skilled athletes involved, but the mind is the most powerful tool in the making of a champion. To focus on nutrition and diet, to make weight, to follow a strict training regime, to push yourself to the limit when there's no end in sight, it takes a lot of strength. I always want to be the best I can be, and to me, the best I can be is more than good enough to be the best in the world. In an ideal world, I would like to be able to compete against myself. I would love to take the Ash from 6 months ago and let them fight Ash now and see how I fare. See the clear improvements and see that my hard work is paying off. Unfortunately, this isn't a possibility, so I have to go by the rankings. In this way, if somebody is considered to be the #1 in the world, I go, I compete against them, I give my best, hopefully I win, and then I'm considered to be at their level. I am my own best friend and my own worst enemy. My drive and motivation are a gift. They push me to achieve things that I never thought possible. They get me out of bed in the morning to run in the rain before breakfast. They make me go sparring. They allow me to be slammed to the mat when I'd much rather just be hugged. It drives me to be better in all aspects of my life. It's a double-edged sword. A bad training session, a cheat meal on my diet are all failures to me. I dwell on them. I make them bigger. I lose hours, even days of my life feeling bad about something that's happened long ago that I can no longer change. Fortunately, logic and reason are my friends. I respond well to facts and numbers. I can use empirical evidence to show the improvements that I've made, and I can also use it to show my failures. I do not like empty platitudes. They're not welcome to me. I do not want to hear something that's not true and cannot be backed up by facts. I need goals and I need clear plans to achieve them. For this reason, I keep my circle small. I surround myself with positive people. The ethos of our gym is one of open-mindedness and progression. Our team motto is one of resilience. You win or you learn. I like to remind myself of the benefits of being tested. You can learn so much more in one competition than you can learn in 6 months of training. I find this works well in life also. You grow well as a person when you face challenges and adversity. I remind myself to love the learning process, to enjoy the ability to problem solve. I often ask myself, if I was given the opportunity to be considered world number one, but never be allowed to set foot on the mat again, what would I do? And the answer is simple to me. I'd rather continue the journey as I am and never reach the top, but to be able to enjoy it. I'd like to think the same about life too. If I could just live in a state of constant monotony, where everything is just not changing, or to have the ups and downs I've encountered, what would I do? And I also know what I'd pick. I try to focus on the pleasure of the journey rather than the destination. I try to see problems as opportunities to grow rather than chances to fail. And on this note, I just want to leave a little quote, which I think is by John Lennon, but it's one of the things that I like to use to get me through the day. It will all be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. Thanks very much.